Hello everyone, bonjour tout le monde, and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you thoughts and quotes from one of my very favorite books, and that book is called Steps to Christ. And this little book here is very easy to carry with me anywhere I go. It's small, it's the size of my hand, and it's small in how many pages there are. And I've said just recently that if there are any two books that I would just that there would be non-negotiables for me to travel with or to have with me anytime, is Steps to Christ and my Bible. These are the two books that I probably look for guidance, counsel, comfort, anything, that I know are trustworthy, and this is definitely one of those books. And one of my absolute favorite quotes is in this book, and it is in the chapter Faith and Acceptance, which is chapter 6. And I'll read 2 paragraphs in just the context of this quote. So it says, "From the simple Bible account of how Jesus healed the sick, we may learn something about how to believe in him for the forgiveness of sin. Let us turn to the story of the paralytic at Bethesda. The poor sufferer was helpless. He had not used his limbs for 38 years. Yet Jesus bade him, 'Rise, take up thy bed, and walk.' The sick man might have said, 'Lord, if thou wilt make me whole, I will obey thy word.' But no, he believed Christ's word, believed that he was made whole. And he made the effort at once. He willed to walk, and he did walk. He acted on the word of Christ, and God gave the power. He was made whole." It shows that this is a really powerful example of what faith is, and how we are to take Christ at his word. If God says something, if he says that we can have victory over sin, we are to claim it and believe it and live as it is so. Next paragraph says, "In like manner, you are a sinner. You cannot atone for your past sins. You cannot change your heart and make yourself holy. But God promises to do all this for you through Christ. You believe that promise. You confess your sins and give yourself to God. You will to serve him. Just as surely as you do this, God will fulfill his word to you. If you believe the promise, believe that you are forgiven and cleansed. God supplies the fact you are made whole, just as Christ gave the paralytic power to walk when the man believed that he was healed. It is so if you believe it." Now this is my favorite part. "Do not wait to feel that you are made whole, but say, 'I believe it.' It is so, not because I feel it, but because God has promised." That is probably my very favorite quote in this book, and it has served as a mighty weapon for this warfare called life. And I encourage you, if you have struggled with faith and what it really means to walk in faith and what it means to believe and to not follow your feelings or not follow the flesh, this is the answer. It just, faith is not feeling and feeling is not faith. But as we learn to practice and apply that faith, we become more and more in tune with God's will for our lives. And so our feelings will not always be in harmony with God's will. That's why we have to be really sober and vigilant, because our adversary, the devil, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. He's ready to devour us. That's why sometimes we feel defeated. We think, how did Satan get me with this? I thought I was over this. But See, the thing is, when we let our guard down, that's when he pounces. When we think we got it, when we think we're good, we kind of relax on our defenses, that is when he pounces. And so faith is believing that if you hold on to Christ and believe in his ability to give you victory, because he has already overcome this world. Faith is the victory that overcometh the world. And so if we let him live in us, we can have his faith. And his faith has already overcome the world. And so faith is definitely not feeling exalted and feeling like you're on top of the world. Often faith has to be the complete opposite. It has to be going against every opposition possible and just feeling like, am I doing the right thing, Lord? I want to trust you. I want to have faith, and so I'm going to move forward, even though it doesn't feel like there's any good in this. Oftentimes we really mistake faith for feeling, and so I encourage you to really examine your heart and to want to desire to have the faith of Jesus, not the faith that you have made up in your heart or in your mind. Search the Word to see what faith really is. So thank you for watching, and I hope and pray that you have a blessed day. Goodbye.